Break of Dawn is a song that I released in 2002 on the album Midnight Rain, and then again in 2004 as a remix on the album New Beginning. It's a song that I'm really proud of in terms of its construction. It's got quite a bit of music theory baked into it as far as the chord structure. So let's break it down. The song is in D minor. Okay, the key of D minor. And the melody is D minor and C major. So the whole song is essentially comprised of D minor and C major, with the exception of the chorus, which also has a B flat major. I'll talk about that in a minute. The intro to the song goes like this. There's the intro. The intro is comprised of two sections. There's a 2-bar lead in into the main melody, which lasts for 4 bars, for a total of 6 bars. The 2-bar lead in opens on D minor. And as I said, it's 2 bars, 1 chord per bar. So the first bar is D minor. Second bar is C major, a walk up on D minor, and then the main melody starts. Now I want to isolate the 2-bar lead in for a moment, because there's this is where the music theory part kind of comes in with this song, and it comes in again later on in the chorus. The 2-bar lead in opens on D minor. Now, in their basic form, if I just played D minor and C major in their basic form, triads on the right hand, the tonic on the bass side with the left hand, it would sound like this. And then the melody. And that's fine had I done that. That's all well and good. I certainly could have done that, but it's a little bit boring. I wanted to try to change it up a little bit and make it sound interesting. Now with music, there are many, many ways you can make something sound interesting with, stacking chords, rearranging chords. You can do chord inversions and all that sort of a thing. And so I started thinking of ways, how could I make even just that small section there? How could I make that sound interesting? Well, let's take a look at the chords. So we open on D minor. The D minor scale there's our D minor scale. Well, one thing that I knew right from the get-go was I could play a D minor 7, which happens to be one of my favorite chords. I absolutely love D minor 7. I've written several songs in D minor 7. Actually, admittedly, a kind of overused D minor 7. And that's just because I love it so much. But a D minor 7, we have our basic triad 1, 3, 5 on the D minor, and then we add the 7th degree, which would be a C natural. So the C is from the 7th degree of the D minor scale. Okay, there's the 7th degree before you go back to the tonic. So there's another way to play that though. I could bring the C natural down over here where I'm playing the triad and play it like this. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. There's our D minor 7. The second chord in the 2-bar lead-in is C major. Okay, well, what could I do with that? Well, our C major scale, which is all natural, no sharps, no flats. So let's take a look at those. Well, of course, we have the tonic, which is C, because this is a C major chord, so the tonic is C. Second degree, or the supertonic, if you want to get very technical about it, is a D natural, Well, we're coming off of D minor, right? Which, of course, has D in the tonic. And D happens to also be the second degree of C major. So what if I play a C major chord and add a D natural to it, which would be this? Okay. Playing a C major chord and adding the C major's second degree, or the second degree from the C major scale, makes this a C major second. Now I could bring the second degree down over here and play it more in the same area where I'm playing the triad, which would be this. So far in that 2-bar lead-in, we now have a D minor 7 and a C major second. Okay, so I'm gonna play those two chords together again, which would be this. And that's all well and good. I could certainly do that, but it's different, but it's not very interesting. And what's missing, of course, is bottom end. There's no bass. Now, there would be bass guitar later on when all the instruments are being recorded, as the song is being recorded. But to fatten it up a little bit more, you know, what I ended up doing was I broke up these chords. So D minor 7 and C major second. The 7th that I added to the D minor and the 2nd that I added to the C major, I brought those down to the bass and played those individual notes with the left hand. So what we ended up with is this. There's the 2-bar lead-in. D minor 7, C major second. And that sounded really cool. Sounded cool, different, interesting, all of that. So that's what I settled on there. And then going into the main melody, finishing out the 2nd bar of the 2-bar lead-in, there's a walk-up on D minor, which is just simply 1, 3, 5, playing each individual note, not playing the whole chord like that. It's just individual notes. So we have, and then the main melody starts, which again, the main melody is D minor and C major. Now in their basic form, I could have played the triad with the right hand and the tonic with the left hand for this. Okay. I could have done that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But just like the intro, that's boring. You know, I wanted to change that up too and make that sound interesting. So, knowing now at this point that with the song being in the key of D minor, the melody being D minor and C major has a D in the scale, what if then, let's say I ride the D with the left hand and play the melody with the right hand. So we'd have this. That sounds pretty cool. So that's what I settled on. And then, you know, I did some different kind of rhythmic things here. So instead of just doing this thing, instead of doing that, I did some teetering back and forth in octaves like this. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. That's the lead into the first verse. This finishes out the intro. It finishes out that main melody, which is part of the intro. And there's this leading into the first verse. Okay, so let's break that down. This occurs while the main melody is playing. here's where it starts. So the walk up again is 1, 3, 5, playing the individual notes with the right hand. The left hand is completing the melody from D minor to C major with this. So, okay, that completes the melody in the intro. But this time, instead of playing a complete C major chord, I'm leaving out the 5th, which is G. I'm leaving out the 5th and just playing 1 and 3. So I'm playing the tonic and the mediant of C major. When the right hand completes the walk up of D minor, so we have D, F, and A. That's our 1, 3, 5. First degree is D, third degree is F, and the 5th degree is A. Okay, so when the right hand lands on A and the left hand plays the 1st and 3rd of C major, what we have is C, E, and A, which is actually an A minor. It's no longer a C major, it's an A minor. Okay. This here, it would be the same as playing this. Okay. It's the same. But an A minor, in its basic form, is this, with A on the tonic, C in the 3rd, or the mediant, and E in the 5th, or the dominant. But essentially, I'm kind of rearranging the A minor chord, where if we play it like this, where the 3rd degree is in the 1st position like this on C, the A minor is now inverted. Okay, so that intro, the melody in the intro there, finishes with an inverted A minor. And then the first verse kicks off, which is basically a variation of the intro. Both verses, there's 3 verses in total. They're all derived from the intro. Then it goes into the chorus, which opens on C major. And then there's a B flat major, C major, and then back to D minor for the melody. So the whole chorus goes like this. There's the chorus. Now this deserves some mention because there's another reconstruction element to this, just like in the intro, where so the chorus opens on C major. We got the C major triad on the right, got the tonic on the left. Now when I go from B flat, let's look at B flat for a moment. Okay, we got B flat, D, and F. That's our 1, 3, 5. Okay, the tonic is B flat, 3rd degree or mediant is D, and our 5th degree or dominant is F. And then the next chord is C major. What does a C major chord look like? 1, 3, 5. We've got C in the tonic, E in the 3rd degree or mediant, and G in the 5th degree or dominant. 3rd degree is E. Well, what's interesting already is going from B flat to C major, the 5th degree of B flat was F, and the 3rd degree of C major is E. Those 2 notes are right next to each other. Okay? And then the last chord in the chorus is D minor for that that short bit from the melody. Okay, Okay, so goes to D minor. Well, the tonic of D minor, of course, is D. So from B flat we have F, from C major we have E, and then we have the tonic of D minor. Those notes all neighbor each other, and they happen to go naturally in a descending order like this. So I'm keeping that in the back of my mind as I'm writing the song, and just as I described with the intro, in their basic form, I could have played the chords like this. That would have been fine, absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to make it interesting, right? So, knowing that the fifth from B flat, the third from C major, and the tonic from D minor are all next to each other and naturally go in a descending order, what if I played that on the bass with the left hand on top of the triads with the right hand? We would have this. Okay, so that's how the chorus was put together. That sounds a lot more interesting than that just sounds very basic. So playing individual intervals from each chord other than the tonic, with the exception of D minor, resulted in this. All right, but that's not all. With the B flat, okay, in its basic form, it looks like that, B flat, D, and F. I thought, well, could I go a step further? And it turned out that I could. What if I inverted the B flat major like that? So the third degree of B flat is now in the first position, and I play B flat like this. What would the chorus sound like if I had done that? That sounds pretty cool. So that's what I did. That's how the chorus was constructed. And then there's a little sort of transition from the chorus to the second verse, which is just a repeat of the main melody from the intro. Okay, so if we play that whole entire section together, it's this. Then it goes into the second verse, the chorus repeats, and then the intro in its entirety repeats. So we have this. And then there's a repeat of the verse and chorus in their entirety with a guitar solo on top of it. And then it goes into the third verse, chorus repeats twice, and then the introduction repeats again. And the song is over. And that's Break of Dawn.